Okay, so welcome everybody to tonight's webinar. Tonight, as you can see there, we're talking about building your customer base. Okay, Kirsty, thanks for that. I'll get back to you soon. So I run a series of 8 webinars. I call them the Kleeneze Circle of Success. We do them every Wednesday night, or most Wednesday nights. I do one a week, so it takes us about 8 weeks to do them all. As I say, I might miss the odd one if I've got a meeting or if I'm away or anything, so 9 or 10 weeks at the most to go around the whole lot. But they're all recorded, so at the end of this webinar I'll show you where the recordings are. For those of you who are new, you'll know where they are. And if for whatever reason you've missed one, or you want to go back and go over one, or go back over this one, if I go through it a bit quick, then you can always go to the recordings to do that. So, building your customer base. This is what we're going to be covering tonight. We're going to be talking about what is a customer base. I'm going to explain a little bit about why people order from you. In this day and age, there's so much choice for customers. They can order on the internet, they can order from you, they can go to their local shop, they can order online from their local shop. There's so many choices, so why would they order from you? So I'm going to explain a bit about that. And I'm going to explain a bit about customer bonding, which is one of the most valuable skills that you learn as a Kleeneze distributor. And the result of all of that, it will be, and it happens all the time, so I know it will be, I'm not saying it might be, it will be, a base of loyal customers who order from you over and over again. So, let's find out what a customer base is. I'd just like to do a quick survey, quick question for people. And I know some of you have literally only joined within the last week, and some of you have been in the business for longer than you'd care to admit. But I want to ask you a question. How many customers do you have at the moment? Would you like to share that with us? Well, hi Emma. Welcome to the webinar. Peter and Myrna, 400 customers. Fantastic. Karen and Ian, 450. Anybody else got some? We've got about 250. Emma, 150. Mac, 120. Natalie, 17. That's brilliant, because I know you've only just started within the last couple of weeks. Anyone else want to share with us? I know Mr. Trowell's got zillions. But he's not sharing that with us. He's obviously busy bagging up his things. Charlotte's got 7. Fantastic. Brilliant. Dave, over 1,000 customers. So, yeah, that's very true, Karen. So your customers don't buy off you every single time. But that's an important part of the business, because we don't expect them to. So, as you can see there are people who have just joined the business, got just a handful of customers, maybe a few friends, family, neighbours, and other people that have got thousands of people, thousands of customers who order from them regularly. So now that we've got a bit of an idea of what's possible, let me explain a bit about how you build up your customers from where you are now to over 1,000 or more if you want them to. So there's 2 different ways you build your customer base. So I'm going to explain a bit about the catalogue side and a bit about the Facebook side separately. From the catalogue side, when you start off in this business, you've got 0 customers. You might have 1. Maybe you asked your mum about it and she said, oh yeah, I'll order something from you. So you might have 1 customer. But generally you start off with 0 customers. And as an example, each week you might deliver 200 catalogues to houses near where you live. You can do more than that, you can do less. I wouldn't say do a lot less than that, because obviously that will take you longer. But as an example, just for the figures for this, let's assume you deliver 200 catalogues to houses near where you live, and you might get 20 orders from new customers when you do that. Some people get more, some people get less, but just to make my maths easily. So if you're doing that each week, at the end of your first month or the start of the second month, so let's say after 4 weeks, you've now found 80 customers. So at the end of your first month, you go back to the beginning again, you start delivering to the same houses that you delivered to during the first month. And each week then, if you're delivering 200 catalogues, you're going to be delivering 20 of those to people who bought from you the first time, and 180 to the other houses. Now obviously if someone said to you, oh thanks very much, I don't want a catalogue, or if they've thrown it away, or they've said, yeah, I don't want this horrible catalogue, don't darken my doorstep again. You obviously cross those people off your list, but you've still got catalogues to deliver, so you could deliver to more houses to get all your catalogues out. So again, 20 to customers that you've already got, 180 to other houses who haven't yet ordered from you. And what you'll find is you will then pick up some new customers from those other 180. So out of the 20 that ordered you first time, you might only have, half a dozen or 10 will order the second time, because people don't order every single time. But you will get maybe 10 orders from people that didn't order the first time. And there can be all different reasons for this. It might just have been they were busy the first time you popped the catalogue in. It might be they've got a bit more money now. It might be they were on holiday the first time. It might be they see the catalogue and they see something in it and they think, oh, I didn't realise they did that. And then they start looking through the catalogue. So we continue doing that each week. By the time you get to the end of your second month around, you've been around your bunch of houses again, you've now got 120 customers. So each week again, you've got 30 houses that you're delivering to from people who've ordered from you before, and 170 of your catalogues you're delivering to houses who haven't yet ordered from you. And you will get more orders from those houses the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time that didn't order from you the first few times. So at the end of month 3, as you can see, you're gradually building up more and more customers. By month 4, you've got 160 customers, so you're delivering out of your 200 catalogues, you're delivering 40 to people who've ordered from you before and 160 to people that haven't. So you're gradually building up more and more customers, and the importance is your consistency. You need to go back every month, go back to the same houses, because the first 2 or 3 times they might just be thinking, oh, I've had these Kleeneze people before, but they come once or twice and then we never see them again. So you're showing them that you're reliable, you're trustworthy, and people will start to see that you're serious about it because you're coming back week after month after month, and they start to get to recognize your name, and they'll start to see you about because you'll be delivering customers to their delivering catalogues and orders to their neighbours. So all of these things combine to make people order from you who didn't order from you the first few times around. So as I've said, as you're going round, you cross off people that have said they don't want a catalogue. And what I recommend is after you've been to each house 6 times, so that could take you 6 months, then you can cross off people that don't order from you. There will still be the odd person that might have ordered if you continued, but to be honest, you're probably better off investing your time in delivering to new houses that you haven't yet been to at this point. Now what I do recommend is during this period, this first 6 months, you try to place an order at least once a week. Now if necessary, that might mean paying a delivery charge, so you're losing a little bit of your profit, but the reason for doing that is your customers appreciate that prompt delivery. If you're kind of having to wait for 2 or 3 weeks before you've got enough for free delivery, then your customers are going to think, oh, it's going to be like this every time. I'm not sure I want to wait 2 or 3 weeks for anything, and they won't order from you very often. Whereas if you're getting the order to them within a week, they're going to be really impressed by the prompt delivery, and you'll get more and more orders from those same customers. So a little bit of an investment up front will reap the rewards later on. So if you continue doing this, depending on how much you want to earn, because there's no limit to how many customers you can have. You can have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, as many customers as you want, as long as you're willing to keep delivering to them. But as you can see, if you keep doing this, you could get to the point where, as an example, you've got 800 customers. That would mean that each week you're delivering those same 200 catalogues, but you're delivering 200 catalogues to customers, to people who've ordered from you before. And the average order per catalogue increases significantly. When you first start off, you'll probably find you get less than £1 per catalogue. You put £200 out, you might pick up if you put 200 catalogues out, you might pick up £100, £150 worth of orders at the beginning, because the average is about £1 per catalogue, but you tend to start off below average and then gradually increase, and you get above average. And now I get between £5 and £10 per catalogue that I put out. So it's obviously a lot more efficient. You're making a lot more profit, getting a lot more money for the same amount of effort, just because you've taken the time to build up that customer base. And as I said, this is what we call your customer base, when you're only delivering catalogues to people who have ordered from you in the past. And there's lots of benefits to that, apart from the obvious increased number of orders, but it's a lot more stable. You get fewer bad pickups. When you're first starting off, you could put 100 catalogues out and just get one miserable, £5 order from it. You could put 200 catalogues out and get £300 worth of orders. It's very up and down, depending on, all sorts of different things. But when you're only delivering to your customers, it's pretty reliable. You know pretty much what you're going to get each week. So, the question is, why do customers order from you? In this day and age, when there are so many different sort of companies they can order from, so many different ways to order, why do they order from you? I want to ask you a quick question. Before you joined this business, had you heard of Kleeneze? Anyone want to share with us a quick yes or no? Yes, Emma had. Thank you, Emma. Yep, Peter and Myrna. Kirsty had. Maria had. Natalie hadn't. Karen was a customer. That's good. That's not unusual, actually, for customers to become distributors. So thank you for that, Karen. That's a good example. Actually, what you find is lots of people have already heard of Kleeneze before you even deliver a catalogue to them. Because we've been around since 1923, over 90 years. My mum used to buy from them. Grandmothers used to buy from them. They're a known and trusted brand. So when you pop a catalogue through the door, it's not like people are saying, "Oh, crikey, who are these? I've never heard of it." They're saying, "Oh yeah, I know Kleeneze. My mum used to get that." So initially, they will buy from you simply because they know the brand, they know the name, they recognise it. But what happens is, over a period of time, as your customers order from you and you deliver to them and you're polite and friendly and you give good customer service and you're reliable, they get to know you and like you and trust you. And an interesting thing happens then, because your customers start to buy from you rather than from the catalogue. And this is so obvious. You'll find, I guarantee you, and I'm sure everyone on here will who's been in the business for a couple of years will say, I've got customers who buy from me, even though it's almost like they're buying, even though they don't particularly need something, but they just really enjoy buying from you. They'll buy something to send to their daughter. They'll buy something to an early present for Christmas, just because they really enjoy having you come round again. Because you're friendly and cheerful and polite and reliable, then they'll order from you, every month, every other month. Now, because they're buying from you rather than just a catalogue, you do get this loyalty. And you will find if somebody new in the business comes and delivers to your customers, as long as you've looked after your customers will say to them, "Oh, thanks very much, but I've been getting Dave's been delivering catalogues to me for years, so I'm okay, thank you. I don't need any more catalogues." Because they become very loyal to you. So it's really important that you reinforce that loyalty. And the way we do that, I call that customer bonding. And it is a really, really important, it's not really a skill to learn, but it's just something to think about as you're building your business. So a quick question for everybody, and I know some of you will know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is everyone's favourite word? Anybody got any guesses? Money. I like it. Thank you, Natalie. Yep, that's a good one. Emma, name. I'm guessing that is their name. Anybody else got any thoughts? Name. Yep, thank you, Emma. Hello. That's a nice word. Nice big smile and a hello. Yeah, that's a good one. So my suggestion is that people like the sound of their own name. I'm walking down the street and someone shouts, "Oh, hi, Chris!" I always have a look around and say, "Oh, who's that saying hello to me?" It kind of makes you quite pleased that somebody knows you and knows your name. So if people really like hearing the sound of their own name, then a great thing that you can do is, as you get orders from people, in your notebook, as you're keeping a list of the houses that you've been to and who's ordered and who hasn't, write down the name of the customer next to that on your list. And obviously you get to know their name because you'll write it on an order form or when you deliver their first order to them. And if they write their first name on it, it's okay to use that. I've got some elderly customers who normally I would kind of call it Mrs. Johnson or something. But if they put Sue Johnson, then that feels to me like they're giving me permission to use their first name. So I always do that. Oh, hello Sue, how are you? So once you know their name, as I say, write it in the notebook. You won't remember it at the beginning. There'll be so many customers, and you're thinking, oh, I can't remember one from the other. But if you write their name down, and you use it whenever you're seeing them or you're talking to them, you'll soon get to remember their names. And when you're delivering catalogues, so the next month around, you might be going down the street, popping catalogues in. But as you're going through your book, checking which houses to deliver to, if you see that, oh, there's a Mrs. Johnson here who placed an order from me last time, just make a mental note of that name. And when you're going to pop the catalogue through her, you never know, she might be in the garden or out washing the car or just doing a little bit of work somewhere. And if you see her, just say, oh, hi, Mr. Johnson, I've just got your catalogue, and pop it through a cheery wave, say hello, and you'll be amazed how much people really are impressed by the fact that you remember their name, and they only saw you for like 2 minutes a month ago. So use it every time when you're delivering orders, delivering catalogues, ringing them up to check if it's okay to deliver, because it really reinforces that bonding, and it makes them feel that you know them and you like them, and so they get to know and like you as well. And we will soon find, depending on obviously the community where you live, you will see customers all over the place, not just on their doorsteps. You'll see them in the town, at the shops, when you go for a cup of coffee. The town where I live is a town called Ringwood, a little market town down in the New Forest. And it's not massive, it's just a nice size for me. But pretty much every time I go into town, to the post office or to the bank or for a coffee, I'll see one of my customers there. And it's not the same one every time. I see a number of my customers there. And just say hello and just a wave. And usually you can see at the beginning, when you're first doing this, people will say, you can see them thinking to themselves, oh, I know who that is, but I just can't put a name to it. And it's because they're only used to seeing you on their doorstep, and when they see you in a different environment, it's a bit difficult to put the name to it. So if you can see them doing that, I'll often say, it's Chris from Kleeneze. And then you can kind of see the light dawning, and they say, oh, hello Chris, how are you? Yeah, and I'll say, oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm popping a catalogue round next week. I hope that's okay. Just building a bit of rapport with your customers. It's just a really powerful thing to do. And then, okay, sorry, yes, I was thinking dog, husband, children. What do I mean by that? Yes, so the other thing is, as you go to deliver orders, you will often find things out about the family, about what's important to them. You might ring them up to say, oh, hi, Mr. Johnson, I've just got your orders to deliver. And she'll say, oh, is it possible to leave it to tomorrow? Or my poor little Susie just have to go into the dentist. And you just sort of say, oh, yeah, that's no problem. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Hope it's all okay. And then you know that she's got a daughter called Susie, and she's just gone into the dentist. So when you do deliver the order, just ask, oh, how did it go for Susie yesterday? It just shows that you're interested in them and you're caring for them. And as I say, you will find that your customers become friends. And you know them, you know their children, you know the name of their dog. And dogs are a great one, because if whether you like dogs or not, if you've got a customer who has a dog, you love dogs. Believe me, because they come to the door, they'll come, they're all sniffing around what orders you're bringing in case you've got anything exciting to them. So it's a great thing just to pet the dog and ask, oh, what's the dog called? He's gorgeous. And then again, make a little note in your book if the dog's called Bertie or whatever. Next time you go round, oh, hello Bertie, how are you? Nice to see you again. Now Bertie won't remember it, he'll be barking at you, chasing you off the premises, but the fact that you said hello to Bertie, again, it just makes the customer feel special, because you've made the effort to remember the name of their dog or their daughter or whatever. Okay, a couple of other things that you can do. Keep a lookout for special occasions. If you're delivering an order to a customer and there's a load of cards in the window, I always say, oh, is it somebody's birthday? And it'll often be a birthday or an anniversary or something like that. And you can make a note of that. I've got loads of customers that I've got a little note of when their birthday is. And I always say, oh, it's your birthday coming up next week, isn't it? Oh, well, have a lovely time. And it's again just a little thing that goes a long way. Christmas is a fantastic time for this. You should, and I'll go through this in a lot more detail as we get nearer to Christmas, but you should invest in some cheap Christmas cards for all of your customers. Now, obviously, Dave and Lynn, they've got 1,000 customers. They have to start work now to get all the Christmas cards written. But I always, well, my wife does it for us now, Sarah. She's really good at this. I always just handwrite the cards for my customers to Mrs. Johnson. Have a lovely Christmas from Chris and Sarah, brackets Kleeneze or something like that. And putting these cards through at the time that you deliver the catalogues, just before Christmas, so kind of middle of November till kind of early December, and you'd be amazed how many orders you get and how many Christmas cards you get. And it's just a great way to kind of build up that kind of rapport with your customers. You can do exactly the same with Easter. We've done Easter cards before. We did a couple of years ago when it was the company's 90th anniversary. Sarah made these, you can just see from the picture there, just made these little biscuits with a bit of chocolate icing on the top and piped the number 90. And we just put a little note into our customers saying, we're just celebrating the company's 90th birthday and we got you a little biscuit. We got loads of orders. It was unbelievable. I've got to admit, my favourite one was one customer, an elderly customer, who said, oh, that was so kind of you. How did you know it was my 90th birthday? And obviously we didn't. And it just turned out that she was born in 1923, the same year that the company started. So we had a good giggle over that. And it's just lovely, the number of kind of the different things you find out about your customers. Okay, so that's the catalogue side of the business. And it works a little bit different with Facebook, but the principles are the same. So with Facebook, obviously when you first start off, again, you've got 0 customers. You might have 1 or 2 friends who've heard you're going to join and they've said, oh yeah, I'll buy from you. But each week, you can invite some friends to join your join your selling group. You can run a competition to get people to add their friends to the group. So you could get to the point after the first month or so where you could have 1,000 people in your group. Now, you're not going to get loads and loads of orders necessarily from all of these people at the beginning, because a number of them might have just been added by friends, so they don't yet know what's going on. They might not even realize they've been added to a group. So you might just get kind of 10 orders from different customers who have been added or have chosen to join. But if you repeat this, so in the second month, you go, you do exactly the same, run a competition, invite friends to join. Even if you've invited friends once and they didn't join, it's okay to ask them again. As your business grows and you've got more and more different things going on in your group, at the end of your second month, your selling group will be completely different to how it looked at the beginning. There'll be so much going on in there, so many different products, that friends that might not have joined at the beginning might join this time. So keep inviting your friends, keep running competitions, and you'll get more and more people into your group. Keep promoting your group in your local groups as well. So again, what you might find then is you've got 40 customers from your first month. Then you start getting more orders from other new people in your second month as well. And it's exactly the same principle. Just keep doing it. Keep growing your group. Your goal is not to get to the point where you get to, say, 5,000 members and then stop. It's constantly to keep growing it, because new members in your group mean new customers and potentially new team members. So it's really important to keep doing that. Don't ever stop. And so on. So you can carry on doing this, as I say, month in, month out. Keep trying to grow that group. That is your shop. When Tesco's and Salisbury and John Lewis's had a shop with lots of customers coming in, they didn't stop. They said, right, I'm going to open up another branch and make a bigger shop and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And you need to have the same mindset. And it's much easier for you because you don't need to build a shop and hold stock. You've already got a Facebook group. You just need to invite more people to it. So that's kind of getting the numbers in. But how do you then bond with the customers? Because it is a little bit different. You don't see them kind of month in, month out while you're delivering their catalogues to them. And some of your customers you might not even meet, because they'll order and pay delivery and it just gets delivered directly to them. But with Facebook, it's a little bit different. It's really important to reach out to them. So if they comment on something or they click like, then just sort of reply to their comment. Oh yeah, this is really pretty. This would look fantastic in a girl's bedroom. Or thanks very much for liking this. This is so pretty. I love it. Whatever you feel like saying, make sure you reply to them. Make sure also that your online shop isn't just a shop where you sell stuff. It becomes a community. So make sure you're running little puzzles, little competitions. Every day, every week, there should be stuff going on in your group. So your people will want to come back just to see what's going on. What else is there in there? And while they're in there, you're obviously also being able to show them what products you've got. And as you start to engage with people and people reply to your comments and say, oh yeah, this is really pretty, I'd love to buy this, I've got a birthday coming up next month, so I think I might put an order in there. Whatever they're saying, if you've got somebody that you kind of start to build a bit of a relationship with, send them a friend request. Because that's what Facebook is all about. It's about networking. It's about finding new friendships and introducing these people to your lifestyle. Now, Facebook has completely transformed the way that this business grows. We've seen massive growth in our own business. I know some people have built huge businesses just on Facebook. And that's because Facebook is such a fantastic way to share the opportunity with thousands of people really easily. So the more friends you've got on Facebook, the more your business will grow, because the more you can share it with them. And once you are friends with them, then it's really easy just to look out for things going on in their timeline. Look for things on their profile picture or their cover photos. And just reach out to them. Just sort of say, oh wow, that looks like you had a fantastic time on holiday. Or, oh, your daughter's so pretty. I hope she enjoyed herself. Often these people are putting, not these people put up pictures of their family members going off to some dance, or to going off with a friend, or going to the cinema, or mum and dad going out for a drink. You can reach out and just be friendly, cheerful. Reach out to them, and not all of them are going to respond. You won't get people kind of automatically saying, oh yeah, I'll be friends with you too. But there will be people out there who really appreciate, that you've replied to their comments. And then when you say to them, oh, that looks really pretty, they'll come back and say, oh yes, you had such a fantastic time. And you'll see people with things that you have in common with them. If you're a dog lover and you've got whatever cockapoo, and you'll see other people that have got cockapoos or other dogs or whatever, you'll be amazed how many new friendships you'll make in this business just by seeing that you've got things in common with them. So all of that work, both on Facebook and online, results in a customer base, which is customers that know you and like you and trust you. And as a result of that, you will get lots and lots of regular orders. As I say, people order from the company at the beginning. They order because they see a nice product. But once they know you and like you and trust you, they order because it's you. Okay, I'm pretty much finished what I was going to cover this evening, guys. I hope that was useful. So we covered what is a customer base. I hope you all kind of understand that concept now. Explained a bit about why customers order from you at the beginning and why they order from you a lot more once they get to know you and like you and trust you, and how you can reinforce that by doing a bit of customer bonding. And the result of all of that, as I said, is a base of 200, 400, 800, 1,000 or more loyal customers. Okay guys, I'm just going to stop the recording